I had sort of a love at first sight with Fox Hollow Golf Course. For starters, they have an excellent range and practice facility, which is to me an instant giveaway to a quality course. The course is just down the road from the famous Red Rocks Amphitheater, so for those of you who may be visiting to see a show, I suggest packing your sticks and trying out this quality course. Though, as with many courses in Colorado, you'll need to book in advance as this course is always busy and getting a tee time can feel like winning the lottery, but it's worth it. Fox Hollow offers 3 championship 9s, Canyon, Meadow, and Links. Each one is distinct and will challenge you in different ways. I found the Links to be just as the name implies, a Links-style design with plenty of mounds, hills, and rolling fairways. I'm just not sure I'd putt from the fairway, but I would use a hybrid. Other than the second hole, you won't find a drop of water to avoid, and traps are at a minimum throughout this 9. Instead, course designer Denis Griffiths uses plenty of grass bunkers and carved mounds, all with 2 to 3 inches of rough to remind you that hitting the fairway or the green are a much better option. To me, one of the signature holes of the Links is the 158-yard par 3 8th hole. From an elevated tee shot, you only have a partial view of the green below, and on a clear day, you might be fortunate enough to catch a glimpse of downtown Denver. Distance control is at a premium, as any shot that misses the green will find the deep grass or the one sand bunker for those who are long and left. The 379 par 4 9th hole plays downhill, so a good drive will leave you a short iron in and a solid chance for birdie. However, if your ball decides to head right, there is water to greet it. And I'm not sure if this area is just a large drop area for those who did find the water, but I've never seen one this large and with a figure 8 shape. So I want to believe it's just a fun little private fairway for those whose tee ball headed right but didn't quite make it to the water. The slightly elevated green is guarded by rough covered hills and one sand bunker to the right. But wait. There's one of those mini fairways again. I don't know what they're called, but I like them. Canyon takes you up, down, and through the hills and will require you to play a variety of shots and distances off the tee. I love the challenging but totally gettable hole 1. It's a 350-yard par 4 that takes you straight up the hill. Your second shot is to a green, which is only recognizable by the flag you can see the top of. With a false front and a 3-tiered green, hitting a solid approach shot is imperative. I imagine that course architect Denis Griffiths gives you this wide fairway for your nervous opening tee shot, only so he can whisper in your ear on your approach shot to this blind green, "What you got now?" Or maybe that was my playing partner. Either way, it's a fun opening hole. I was told by the regulars I played with that the 5th hole is considered the signature hole on this 9. And although they were not fans of the hole, feeling it was almost too difficult, it does offer a variety of ways to play it. Most golfers will lay up at a post position in the fairway about 180 yards out, depending on the tees you play. But longer hitters may give it a go and try to fly the ravine. However, the landing area is about the size of a Buick, and a wrong kick will send your ball down into the ravine where even the most dedicated search party will be hesitant to traverse. It's definitely a hole where one could score anything from an eagle to something requiring 2 hands or more. Measuring at 375 yards, this dogleg right par 4 requires a well-positioned drive to give you a clear shot at the green. Anything too far right is going to be blocked, and if you play it safe, you may end up in the sand. Long hitters can give it a go by cutting the corner or flying over the large tree, but then you bring in the rough and the fescue and the possibility of ending up where you'll need a Jeep to get to your ball. But as they say, risk reward. Good luck. And now on to Meadow 9. This is probably my favorite of the 3 9s, though being that they're all so unique, it's sort of like naming a favorite painting or song. They're each beautiful in their own way, and it could depend on the day and, of course, which 9 you played best. But for me, Meadow felt part like playing a round of golf and part like walking through a beautiful nature landscape, even in winter. And just to illustrate how Denver is going so far this winter, these two shots were taken within days of each other. Bear Creek runs through holes 3, 4, 5, and 9, and you'll feel as if you're on a nature walk along the creek, just hopefully not in it. Apparently there are all sorts of animals that call this area home, but I'm sure they wanted nothing to do with the possibility of one of my bladed wedges or pulled 7-irons, so I had no sightings. I never found out what the signature holes on Meadow were, but I'm going to give it a tie between 3, 5, and 6. All 3 of these holes require you to shape your drive, have water and trees in play, and are simply gorgeous to look at. Another great hole is the finishing hole number 9. It's a dogleg right with trees just waiting for anyone to try to cut off more than they should. And for those who try to bail out safe or pull it like I did, you'll find yourself in the fescue or trap or deep rough. But if you hit the fairway with a good drive, you'll have a fairly simple approach to a pretty flat green that I'm sure has given up its share of birdies, because it's also surely given up much higher scores as well. So it feels okay about it. Okay, so that's my take on Fox Hollow Golf Course. Definitely worth playing. And if you really want to do it right, squeeze in around before catching a show that night at Red Rocks Amphitheater. Now that sounds like a perfect day. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more courses in Colorado and beyond, please be sure to like and subscribe or pop back in when you have the time. I'll be here. Cheers.